Welcome back to this episode. This Friday, I want to share with you something that can help you if you're feeling stuck or if you're just feeling those moments of chaos and you don't know what to do anymore. You're feeling stuck. You don't know what direction to take in your life. It's just messy. Maybe you've just experienced something really difficult. Maybe you're just confused. Maybe you're just feeling down. Maybe you're just feeling meh. And you want to feel better and you want to feel more fulfilled. I know sometimes we tend to encourage people to do more. And naturally, we feel inclined to do more, to have more goals, to write down more habits that can support us in feeling better. You know me, I love my lists. And actually, I have an amazing trick for you. Just narrow down the list to your crucial habits and try to commit and to be disciplined on those. I have only 6 habits on my phone just because I wanted to have the free cheap app, the first one that I checked when I checked habit tracker, and it's actually so amazing, so I don't get overwhelmed and I just know where to focus my attention according to my goals. But today I actually want to encourage you to do something else. Instead of doing more journaling, more yoga, more green smoothies, like I don't know, all the things that you tend to think will make you feel better, I want to encourage you to remove things, to actually create some empty space. I love this quote that says that in order for something new to be born, something else has to die. I also love the idea of emptiness, the void, the womb, the fertile soil in which you just plant a seed and then it grows. So in order to grow something, in order to maybe move things around in your life and to go to that next level or to just feel more fulfilled and better about yourself, maybe create this emptiness. I believe that in every big change in our lives, at some point we have that moment of emptiness. And sometimes it's very frightening, very scary to be in that place where it feels like nothing is moving in the right direction. That's maybe the reason why you're feeling stuck. So instead of fearing it or feeling uncomfortable in it, I'm going to encourage you to embrace it and to even create it if you don't have it yet, if you don't have that emptiness that allows you to create new projects and breathe life again into your life and into your projects. So the first thing I'm going to invite you to do is to check your environment. We are influenced by so many things around us without even being conscious or really aware of. Some people are extremely aware of it, like I am, because I'm hyperly sensitive to every input in my life. So I'm very aware when I spend time with someone and they suck my energy out of me, or if I'm in a place that feels, I don't know, there is a ugly light or a sound that is annoying and it depletes my energy. I'm extremely sensitive to all of that, which means that I'm extremely aware of it. Maybe you are too. And if you're not, then those things influence us. Whether you see beauty around you or not, the people you spend time with, the things that you hear, even if you don't agree with, hearing them, one tone, how do you say, not the intention behind the words, but also the intonation of the voice, everything that you absorb, your food, your water, the air you breathe, everything has an impact on you. We are part of an environment. We are part of something. We are not just in our little envelope of body flesh, living our own little worlds. Like, we are always interacting with the outside. And so today I'm going to invite you to remove, to check, to cleanse, to declutter your life, basically, in order to create something new and in order to have that momentum to move forward towards something that feels better for you. So instead of creating more goals, maybe you choose 1 or 2 different areas of your life. What do you truly want right now? If you don't know what you want, maybe it's just feeling better and it's already 1 goal. It's amazing. It doesn't have to be big. And if your goal is to feel better, or if your goal is to, I don't know, build your dream business, or if your goal is to attract the love of your life, then when you check your environment, You always check if it's in alignment with what you want. Let's go deeper. You're going to check all the people in your life, the people you talk to. Love this quote that says, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about the top 5 people that you consume the energy of, because it can be people in your physical life, but it can also be people on the television, on Instagram, or any other social media. It can be everywhere, the books you read and everything. So I'm going to invite you to check that and to remove everything, to spend less time with the people that don't inspire you. If you want to feel good, you don't feel good in their presence, or you feel drained, or you feel like it's so much effort, you remove. You spend less time, you be polite, you don't do your people pleaser, and you move on. If it's social media, you remove, you unfollow, you mute, whatever needs to happen so that you only consume energy that makes you feel good and that aligns with your values and your goals and where you're going in life and your vision. Then we're going to talk about the things, the physical material things. Do you have things that you interact with on a daily basis that just don't make you feel good? I don't know what that can be in your case, in your personal example, but I don't know, maybe you have some clutter at home, some stuff that are not working properly anymore, some stuff that are just broken, and you keep interacting with it, being annoyed with it, and it impacts even slightly, even tiny, your energy. Then I'm going to ask you to take your home. So that is going to be like massive declutter. Different places are important. I believe your closet. This is one of my favorite practices for embodiment practices. When I feel like I'm stepping into the next version of me, I'm reinventing myself, I'm leveling up. I just feel like this forward movement, this growth within me. I love to go over my closet. And I check every piece of clothes and item that I own. And I check if it's in resonance, in vibration, a match with that version of me that I'm trying to embody, or that I'm in the process of embodying, or moving forward that archetype, and I see if it matches. This is something I'm actually going to do like in the next few days, because I feel like there is some clutter in my closet again. It's a practice that I've done time and time again, and every time I can't even express, like, it's so liberating, so freeing, and it actually works. Like, it creates some space for the new, some space for me. And I know that every time I go to my closet, I'm going to feel good and I'm going to feel happy, because everything that I see matches the woman that I want to be, the person I want to embody. It's clothes that feels good on my skin, that makes me feel sensual, that I'm super comfortable in, that also, you know, fits my body in a way that, you know, makes me feel good about myself, where I feel beautiful. Maybe it's the embodiment of my badass CEO, or maybe it's the embodiment of the most soft and sensual version of me. Maybe it's the sexy wild woman, whatever it is. I keep different archetypes, but I love this practice, and it's so fun to do. And you can also, I don't know, call a friend while you're doing it. I feel like it's an amazing practice to share with other female friends. This is just camaraderie. It feels good. Then you're going to check all the little, you know, cabinet and drawers. This is hard to say for a French girl. We're going to check all those little places where you have clutter, because over the years, without even knowing, most of us tend to accumulate stuff. And even if we don't see it because it's hidden, I believe it takes and consumes energy from us. And because we are on this trajectory of removing, making space, decluttering, to create the new and to start fresh and to decide who we want to become, we need to get rid of as much things as we can. So if it's things of value that you just don't want to keep anymore, try to donate them or find a way that is, you know, sustainable, ethical, etc. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. Do whatever you please. Or you can just throw things away if it's broken or you don't need it anymore and you're just holding. Don't be a hoarder. Just don't be a hoarder. Then you're going to take your workplace. So the place, if you're a business owner where you work, for me, it's just my desk. You're going to take maybe your desk if you work in an office and make it as inspiring and empty as possible. So you don't have this mental clutter when you enter your workspace because you want to have clarity in that area. You're going to also check everything digital. That can take a lot of time. And I'm trying to do it as much as possible. Allow yourself to not be perfect in it. What my best trick is to have an external drive. And if it gets too overwhelming to actually go through everything that I have digitally, that I put everything on the hard drive and I would deal with that in another life. But at least on my computer, my phone, it's pretty clear. I don't have old energies holding me back. I'm just, creating space. Again, creating space, even digitally. Remove your messages, remove your contacts you're not calling anymore or being in contact with. Delete, remute, mute, remove, do all the things necessary so that it's clear. And again, I really encourage you to check your social media because we consume so much of it without even noticing it, and we absorb all the energy that we consume. So make sure that the people you follow are people that are inspiring to you, and you don't follow like Susan from college and, just to be sneaky and curious about what they're doing with their lives, or a random family member that you don't really appreciate, like cousin Kevin, I don't know. And, just follow just people that you really vibe with, that feel inspirational to you, that you feel the resonance in terms of value. And again, does it matches your goal? If your goal is to grow a business, maybe you don't want to consume like random stupid content of people that are doing nothing with their lives. Maybe you actually want to follow people that are inspiring to you, that are in probably completely different industry than you are, but they're doing something great, something that you want to do in your industry. They are being innovative, they are being creative, they're being disruptors and having like super amazing ideas. Maybe they're marketing genius and you love the way they sell, and maybe they're branding genius, super artistic. Whatever that is, you can keep that and you can have that as inspiration. But I would really, really invite you. I feel like so many people are being triggered constantly by their social media. It doesn't mean follow only people who agree with you, because you can have same values but express in a very different way, and absorbing content of people that do things differently than you is also something important in order to keep an open mindset and not be this righteous person. Because I feel like so many people now also are being like, we are fed with this algorithm that is creating this bubble around our beliefs. And if you don't agree with someone, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to block this person or whatever, being super triggered. I think we have some work to do with that too, as long as those people share the same values. So same values is okay. Different values, maybe you don't want to absorb that. But, leaving space for people to do things differently, you could actually learn from it if you're not triggered by it. Yes, maybe also go over your notes. I know my notes folder is super full with so many different ideas and stuff that I wrote that are so random. Maybe you could clean that too. The point is not here to spend so much time doing that you're using that as a procrastination strategy either. Because I see you using this, feeling like you're doing something, but you're actually not moving the needle forward. This is just the principle of making room and space for the new to emerge. So this also goes for your mindset. I know what it's like to have so many ideas going through your head all of the time. To ask yourself the deep questions and what does that mean, and how can I find more meaning in life, and always be in your head thinking about something, thinking about your next project or thinking about life in general and the deep questions, I get it. But can you try to maybe meditate for 5 minutes and empty your mind? Again, this is an invitation to embrace emptiness rather than fearing it. I know a lot of people fear that. And I shared that multiple times already in my podcast, but I'm going to share it again. I had a mentor that used to call it the before knowing. This place where you feel stuck, stagnant, nothing is moving. It's frightening because you have no idea, no creativity. Everything feels empty. But it's just before you know the next step, before you know what's going to happen to you and change your life. It's actually a very exciting time. And every time that I move out of this before knowing or this emptiness or the void, a lot of people call it the void, I almost regret not enjoying the void more and not diving deeper into the void instead of trying to feel the void. We fear emptiness so much as human beings. It's normal. We don't like emptiness. We don't like unpredictability. And being in the void or the before knowing is extremely scary because of that, because we cannot predict what's going to happen in the future, because it's a time of transition between one state to another. When you are in this feeling stuck, feeling confused, you know deep down that at some point it's not going to stay like that forever. So at some point it's going to change and evolve. But when you're in it, it's just so uncomfortable. And I know it. I've been there so many times. But I want to invite you to celebrate and to dive into it even deeper, create more emptiness, find time during your day where you do nothing, where you don't project the future, you don't try to find a solution to fix your problems. You're actually emptying, clearing, decluttering, sorting out your life so that when you start new, when inspiration comes back, when, energy, power, inspiration, creativity, all of that comes back in your life, because it will, then you're starting from a blank slate that is just perfect for your new beginning. This is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you're decluttering, what was helpful with this podcast, what is your aha moment, and what are you going to do? Are you actually going to take care of this Instagram that you've been procrastinating to unfollow, mute, or block people? Are you going to go to your closet and choose your favorite piece of clothing that makes you feel the most empowered version of you, the next up level version of you? It's also a very exciting process, and I want to invite you to celebrate it even more, because it's exciting to change, it's exciting to grow, and it's a continuous movement. You will forever grow, you will forever change, and it can be super exciting to decide, okay, the next version of me, or the next expression of me, I want to emphasize on this. I want to become this. I want to play. Think as it as being an actor in your own life, and you decide to play a certain role for an indefinite moment of time, but you get to play. So that's also an invitation for you to make room for maybe something unexpected to come through. Again, I hope you had a great episode. If that was helpful for you, you can share it with a friend or even leave a comment on this podcast. It helps me to grow the podcast, makes me feel like I'm doing this for something and I'm spending my precious time to talk to you for something. And I talk to you next Friday.